Hello from Jihad and the World, a podcast that explores the link between Western and Islamic cultures. The author is Mark Silinsky of Kensington Security Consulting, where we bring education to national security. This is the 9th episode in a series centered on a single terrorist incident, the December 2nd, 2015, husband and wife mass shooting of health inspectors in San Bernardino, California. This episode looks at the immediate aftermath of the attack. American blood. Before the blood was washed from the floors of Building 3, ISIS propagandists tweeted their glee over the blessed attacks that killed one-third of San Bernardino County's health inspector force. An ISIS leader pleaded, "May Allah accept our brother and sister who were martyred after carrying out an operation against Crusaders in the USA." The following month's edition of Inspire would praise them for leaving behind a comfortable lifestyle and being an only child for martyrdom. It showed a montage of pictures of mutilated corpses with a background narrative explaining, "We did this for Allah. The killings filled us with joy." ISIS propagandists boasted of connections to the San Bernardino massacre and threatened more. Leaders promised, "When we say we'll kill you in your countries, we mean it." ISIS praised the husband and wife killers, calling them martyrs. "May Allah accept our brother and sister who were martyred. The American blood is best, and we will taste it soon. We bless the Islamic Ummah for this great slaughter today. The blood of Crusaders was spilled in Paris, and tomorrow, with God's will in the heart of Washington," Musharraf tweeted in Arabic. ISIS's self-congratulation filtered out for days, but in San Bernardino on December 2nd, there was panic, despair, and pleas for information. Who is alive and who is dead? Who was shot? Were they in the hospital or the morgue? Where were they? Renee Wetzel, wife of Supervisor Michael Wetzel, turned to her women's group, the Lil Mamas, for help in finding her husband. However, they couldn't assist, and she had to wait 8 hours to learn that she was now a widow. Meanwhile, Nicholas Thalasinos' sister grew worried about her brother. She knew he could be flamboyantly political on his media account. Would he be a prime target for an assassin's bullet? Ryan Reyes, Daniel Kaufman's partner, waited for news. He described Kaufman to local hospitals as just under 6 feet tall and around 195 pounds, and one earring on each side. Rainbow bars for gay pride. The following day, the death notice arrived. As hours passed, parents and siblings sank into despair. Yvette Velasco's and Tin Nguyen's parents knew their daughters would call home immediately if they were alive. By late afternoon, these parents correctly assumed that their children were dead. Mandy Pfeiffer, Shannon Johnson's love interest, texted him earlier that day. She did not receive a response because he was likely dead by then. Inspector Anis Kondakar's husband, Salihin, was working in Northern California when he heard about the shooting. He tracked Anis via her cell phone's GPS, which told him she was in the heart of the slaughter site. He explained, "I got sick in my stomach and my brain." His wife had been shot, but she would fully recover. But the killers were still on the loose, and dozens of men and women were struggling for their lives near Build 3 of the Inland Regional Center. The look of death. Medical professionals refer to the first 60 minutes after a serious injury as the golden hour. In San Bernardino, it took 57 minutes to evacuate 22 wounded survivors, some critically injured, to a hospital. Initially, the wounded were moved to a spot directly outside the building, but that was deemed too close to an active crime scene. They were then guided to a golf course across the street, which was converted into a command post and triage center. The first fairway served as a helipad, transporting the most critically injured to local hospitals. Victims and witnesses were led on foot, while the injured were transported in golf carts. People milling around the golf course waited quietly to be debriefed or receive medical treatment. Many stood in stunned silence, while others shared their grief, fear, and tears as they reflected on what had just happened. Conditions on the golf course were rough for the still-shaken survivors. There were no bathrooms, little shade, and the debriefing lasted for hours. Additionally, cell phone batteries were dead or dying, making communication difficult. The main goal was to get the wounded to safety. Medics marked the ground with chalk: immediate, delayed, minor, and deceased. Those declared immediate often had what some medics called the look of death. Characteristics of this look were ashen skin, gasping for breath, and very rapid breathing. Delayed injuries were those to the shoulder and extremities. Many had minor injuries and were treated on site. Many of those released left for home. Most of the injured had been taken to local hospitals. Loma Linda University Medical Center receives the most severe patients because it is the only Level 1 trauma center in the region. Just before 2 o'clock operations, first responders shifted their base of operations from the golf course to the Rock Church, located about 1 mile away. Police and other first responders continued to debrief witnesses. Residents and businesses offered services and provided food, water, and supplies. Inside the center, members of Counseling Team International offered psychological counseling. The counselors also helped pen death notifications to the families of the dead. San Bernardino school board members partnered with teachers to protect the children and inform the parents of the situation. Victim advocates from the district attorney's office and the FBI victim specialists contacted the families of the deceased and provided them with information on services. They fielded phone calls, made field visits, and began assisting families with funeral/burial assistance. Victim advocates traveled to various hospitals to meet with the injured victims and FBI victim specialists to go over the various services available together. In several cases, a strong connection forged that day between advocates and victims' families led to enduring relationships. Clergy came to minister to the wounded, the traumatized, and those in mourning. Political analyst Ian Oxnevad remembers the day clearly. He prevented his mother from leaving his home. As soon as he heard that there were 2 shooters, he knew it was a terrorist attack. Oxnevad studied ISIS and its tactics in depth. 1 shooter may be a man going postal. 2 shooters are terrorists. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to hear more podcasts from Jihad and the world. If any listener has first-hand knowledge of the San Bernardino attack, please contact us. This is very important to us. Our latest book, Cauldron of Terror: Hamas, Israel, and the World, will be available for purchase in July 2026. This podcast does not reflect the official position of the United States government. Until next time, goodbye from Kensington Security Consulting.